handball to Wilmot. Knocked down. Coleman trying to get hold of it there. Royan holds it up. Coming out of it, Will Ashcroft. And then he was tackled. Buried into the MCG. Free kick Melbourne. Jack Steele will take it on the wing.
One of the best tacklers in the comp, Jack Steele. That was huge.
He has been a wonderful addition to Melbourne. Jack Steele proves his worth there again. To right half forward, Draper out in front. Gawn slaps it away at half-back for Brisbane. Coleman the pickup. Gave the handball off to Dunkley. Dunkley loops it over the top to Leicester. Poor kick from Leicester, but they get away with it. Will Ashcroft a handball to Zach Bayley. Kick inside forward 50. McCarthy out in front, put it mark. Spilling it at the back, Taylor. Picked up by Tolstrup. Tolstrup kicks to half-back. Underneath it for Melbourne. Good mark. Tom Sparrow takes it at right half-back for Melbourne.
Had to go there, Sparrow.
He's going to have to go down the line. They look like they're all covered. He doesn't want to switch here anyway. Get it to the wing, fight another day, try and get a stoppage.
90 seconds left. Sparrow kicks it to the wing. Where's Big Maxi? Had hands to it, couldn't take it. Cosy Pickett. Long handball was great. Harvey Langford looks up, kicks it. Myercheck, 70 out. He'll hold it. He'll hold it. He's in front of the members. He's 75 from Melbourne's goal. They'll take time off the clock. He's going to go short.
Well done.
And Van Rooyen, he'll take his 30. He says, I'm going for it. I'm taking my full 30. And he'll go back and line up. So this is clock management 101. Jacob Van Rooyen has kicked 3 goals, 1 in the first and 2 in this final quarter. And he's coming in from where the boundary line meets the 50-metre arc from the members' side, kicking to the city end. He's just waiting for it to count down. He's on the runway now. Jacob Van Rooyen from outside the 50. On its way. It won't get the trip. And the captain's taken the mark. Harris Andrews in the goal square.
And he's got 30 seconds, so he goes straight down the guts. Langdon not over to mark. Ball comes to ground. Met by Fletcher. He's tackled. Ball up. Ball at centre half back for Brisbane.
I reckon it's gone now, Shane.
18 seconds on the clock. It stops for a moment. 18 seconds remaining in the match. Melbourne to go 4-2. Ball thrown up. Draper wins the tap. Opportunity Howes. Picked up by Sharp. Handball to Steele. Melbourne will be home. Langdon. Little chip inside 50. Chandler couldn't mark. Time will run out. Melbourne's going to win. Lockie Neal. Handball to Dunkley. Down the outer wing. Siren. Melbourne win. Demons win an absolute thriller against the reigning premiers. 104 to 102. A grand old flag tonight.
Tony Shaw, our snap reaction. That was one hell of a win.
Yeah, well done. Well done. Thoroughly deserved. Under pressure a lot in that game, and knowing how Brisbane play, they took that away from for a fair bit of that second, especially that third quarter. But they just had a lot of players who I look to now, and the youngsters like Langford, Tholstrup, Steele is not a young player, but Cully's doing. All these players now are getting an opportunity to play midfield, a lot more game time, and they've got a belief in what they're doing. So well done to the coach. They were well organised. We know what Brisbane are. We know exactly how they are coached. And a couple of blokes I thought, in the end, just the captaincies of both. The captains, Lockie Neal was trying to get them across the line. And Maxi Gawn, he's ended up with 21 possessions, Maxi. His last quarter and a half, I think, again, he's done this so much this year, finishing off games to get them across the line. But, yeah, I tell you what, they're not a force to be had of. I think that it's just someone that how they've changed their game plan around so quickly, and a belief and a knowledge that it works. Well done to the coach.
I was going to say, how far can they go, Melbourne? We've probably given them a mulligan.
Finals now.
Mulligan for last week. I mean, the fact that they dropped the game to Essendon, but they seem to love playing here at the MCG on their home deck. But when you beat the reigning premiers, I mean, you're playing, you should be thinking that you'd be playing finals.
No doubt. And that gives you so much confidence with, and here we go, both sides are going to line up now. Lockie Neal for his 300th.
Yep, and Josh Dunkley for game 200.
It'll be a bit disappointing now, but both great players. How good has Steele been for Melbourne?
Oh,
Jack Steele, the 20 possessions, kicked a goal, and just those tackles and clearances.
Big tackle on Will Ashcroft
Yeah.
here on the wing was a real momentum shifter.
Good to see Harrison Petty out there too, Matty. He walked out in the tracksuit, but he was out there, so we'll find out what's going to happen there. Probably concussion protocol, and I think he'll be playing next week.
Josh Dunkley and Lockie Neal being a little guard of honour there for them. Josh Dunkley, game 200, has won 3 premierships across 2 different clubs, has appeared in 5 grand finals over the journey. And of course, Lockie Neal, just a superstar, 2-time Brownlow medalist, 2-time premiership player, 6 best and fairest, 4 All-Australians, and the only player in the history of the game to poll at least 25 Brownlow votes in 4 seasons. So what a player he has been. So a big pat on the back to those 2 guys. But this is Melbourne's moment, Shorey, as the Demons have defeated the Brisbane Lions. Final scores again, 16-8-104 to Brisbane, 15-12-102. And they're exciting, aren't they? They're just genuinely exciting. Obviously, you talked about Pickett, and you really love his start to the season, don't you?
Oh, yeah. No, he's up there with one of the best players in the competition at the moment, and just every time he gets it, something happens. You know, as an opposition coach, if you can keep him to 15 possessions, you think you've probably done a good job, but he'll probably hurt you with them anyway. But once he's had today, he's had 22 possessions. Only the 1 mark, but 13 uncontested, 8 contested.
They're all impactful, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Inside 57. So he's doing it all. And his cuz is going all right too. Don't worry about that. He gives you something to trell. So they've found a really good balance. You throw Myercheck into that. He had a quiet day today, Myercheck, although he's kicked the 2 goals. But that's what he does. He's going to make you a contest for you. They are really well balanced. I love the gateway of Sharp. Again, they're not going to get massive numbers. Jefferson showed a couple of signs that he can take a grab. So, no, they're on the improve, and well done to them.
What about the ruck contest today? Big Maxi Gawn and Draper. Draper came into this game in form. How did you see that contest?
I thought Maxi got it at the end. I thought, that his last quarter and a half, he's ended up with, 21 possessions. I thought some of their clearance stuff, that set the game up in that 3rd quarter, was it, when they kicked those early goals, kicked those goals and got ahead. I think that really set the game up. Players like Fritsch were on the end of it with a couple of goals. Van Rooyen gave him a touch. Yeah, it's all working for them at the moment. So if they bring enough pressure and if they keep taking the game on, they nearly fell in, I thought, in the 2nd quarter to play like Brisbane and wanted to keep control, where I think they're a very fast team across the ground.
Yeah, they're quick, they're exciting, and this new Stephen King game plan is very, very exciting to watch. And we'd love to hear from you, Demons fans. 133 693. We do have the 2 bottles of the Borderly to give away to our best callers between now and 7 o'clock, and a few other issues to get our teeth into as well. Earlier today, it was North Melbourne defeating Richmond at Marvel Stadium, 75-point margin there. 20-10-130 to Richmond, 7-13-55. The final game of the round is the derby, which is underway over there in Perth. The Fremantle Dockers are 5-4-34. The West Coast Eagles are 2-8-20 with 6.5 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter. But let's talk about the mighty Dees, because this is a really big win against the 2-time reigning premiers here at the MCG, and a venue that it used to be, a few years ago, this used to be a venue that wasn't a happy hunting ground for the Brisbane Lions, Shorey, but now, I mean, they've won the last 2 grand finals here. They play this ground really, really well, the Brisbane Lions. Yeah,
they do. Look, I don't think they're travelling as well. It's a long season, isn't it? They'll be there, no doubt, but not travelling as well. Their personnel's been a bit haphazard as in availability-wise, so once they get that down, how they play. The thing about taking those marks away in that 3rd quarter was really important. I think it was 28-31. They normally have, probably a little bit more than that in the game, but to match them with your marks means you've controlled the game, and that's what Melbourne did in that 3rd quarter when they probably set this game up for them.
Demons about to make their way into the rooms. Bayley Fritsch is going to be our special guest in the rooms. 2 goals today for Bayley Fritsch. Shorey?
Oh, he's freakish in the way. He's a player who will go in and out of the game, but he's a class out. Made a couple of clangers. We saw that with a handball over the head, which scores the goal. But you just got to have someone who knows and be very disciplined on him, because he just knows where to find space and backpedals away from the contest really well. He's just a smart player. He could have played in any era, you would think.
Yeah. They're staying out there for a very long time. The Melbourne Footy Club, there's high fives all round, and rightly so, because this is a huge win in the context of their season, and could really give them the confidence boost to go on. And I don't know about challenging for a flag, sure.
No.
They'll certainly be in around the finals mark if they continue playing like this by the end of the season. Things
happen, to the point where if your belief is right, and then you've got to keep performing. You don't want to lose people with injury. You just get there. Like, if they got there, there's no doubt the way that they play this ground, they could beat anybody on their day at the moment. So that's why it's so open this season. So, no, I don't think they're a premiership side, but if they got the run on and they got the opportunity to qualify high and go to, say, a double chance, and you're playing at the MCG a lot, Matty, you can go a fair way.
Yeah, sure am, Matty. Bayley, thanks for joining us. An absolutely awesome win against a really strong side. What does that kind of win do for the confidence of your team?
Oh, it builds a lot of confidence. Kingy's come in and gave us a new brand, and we've worked really hard over the summer, and last week it sort of come unstuck a little bit, but we went away this week and worked really hard, and to come out today and beat the reigning premiers, it's definitely instills a lot of confidence in the boys.
And of course, Jim's game today in honour of Jim Steins. How much does your team actually get behind those club initiatives such as the Jim Steins Foundation and things like that?
Oh, heaps, you could see after all the goals, everyone was dancing around, and the crowd was actually got the boys up a little bit. But as a club, it's something that's really important, and I think it was done really well today.
It was said at half-time. I thought in the second quarter you nearly got caught into the Brisbane style of play, that you were holding the ball and trying to hold on instead of taking the game on, which looks like it's a fair bit of your brand now, and very exciting, and that's how you score well. Was that said at half-time, or did you notice it out in the ground?
Yeah, I think they had about 75 marks at half-time, which is nearly on record pace. So, we wanted, especially as a forward group, once we sort of got them wide, we wanted to sort of take that next kick away, so try and force them down the line. And I think in the third quarter they only had about 15-20 marks, which is, after 75 and a half, that was unbelievable. And I really think that got the game back on our terms.
No, you picked that well. Just one man, Jack Steele. We sit up here, we know he does some really good defensive jobs, but his toughness and he kicked a goal too today. It's great to have someone who is just a massive competitor and just a genuine team man.
Oh, 100%. He's been massive for us. He's come in, coming from, being a captain of the club at St Kilda. Sorry, I'm just getting whacked here.
You're right.
Jack Steele. He's come in and not only shown leadership to these young boys, but you had a game-winning tackle there on Ashcroft at the end, and he's as tough as they come. He's good with ball in hand, and we're rapt to have him. He's been massive.
A bit concerning, Harrison Petty right before three-quarter time. Bayley, have you had a chat to him?
Yeah, I think he might have had a little bit of delayed concussion, but not too sure. Maybe got a little bit dizzy, but not too sure.
I'm just interested, just going back to last week. So that's sort of your first big sort of bad loss under a new coach. What was he like, Kingy, after that, after the loss and then during the week?
I think when Kingy first came in on his first day, he said, I don't care if we win or lose, I want to stay level as a footy club. And I think we've seen that last week. We obviously had a disappointing result, but we come in and took some great learnings throughout the week, and I think we implemented them today. And I think it's a testament to Kingy and what he wants to build as a club for us. And we come in and got to worked really hard, and we got the result today, which is nice.
And what about you personally? Do you feel like you've got a new lease on life?
Yeah, a little bit. I actually played a little bit on the wing today, which is something that I haven't really done since about in the last 5 or 6 years, to be honest. So getting up the ground a little bit, getting involved, and still spending a little bit of time forward, which is nice.
Bayley, what a win, mate. We enjoyed watching it, and a big confidence booster for your young group. Well done. Thank you very much for having a chat.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, guys.